Hello, YouTubers. YouTubers. Almost made you sound like a turnip or something there, didn't I? Tubers. Tubers. Or maybe you like sweet potatoes. I can't stand sweet potatoes. I can't even stand to look at sweet potatoes. They remind me of baby turds. They kind of look like them too. Well, one a baby maybe with a really big colon. I debated doing this today. I generally try not to inject myself into things that just need to be gazed at and passed by. But sometimes, you get one of these guys that just provides too big a target of opportunity. I've probably had this probably brings up to 5 or 6. 5 or 6 YouTube haters, because I'm gay. Talk about gay stuff from time to time. Well, I guess this is a good way to get me to talk about it, isn't it? This guy, now, it's odd how, these things kind of wander in from afar. The comment on which this guy replied to a comment I left on a video from, I believe, October 7th of this year, 2016. Which, by the way, right now it's Saturday, December 10th, 2016 at 14:25 in the afternoon Eastern Time. So hello, YouTubers. Well, I said that. Anyway, so I opened up my email this morning and find this really gracious remark from this dude. But let's put it in the context in which it came. Now, I had the video in which I left the original comment was from a fellow from Australia that does military-related videos, and he was talking about Australian infantry training and so forth. And he did a segment in which he talked about how they keep these guys up, they kind of sleep deprive them, and then after they've been without sleep for about 24 hours or 30 hours, then they stress them. Then they stress them. Then they send them out on one of these training exercises to see how they, respond. And it's generally at night. Now, in my line of work, certainly as a surgical resident, oh, Lord. But, oftentimes when I was a practicing anesthesiologist, staff anesthesiologist, you'd stay up late, you ended up, getting some degree of sleep deprivation. Now, in surgery, as a surgical resident, you were sleep deprived all the time. If you were on call, and sometimes it was every other night on call, you'd be lucky to get a couple hours sleep. During the day, you might crash in the call room for about an hour, hour and a half, 45 minutes, and you'd wake up, just your clothes would just be soaked with this dang sweat. You felt like you'd been immersed in a pond, So, I know a little something about sleep deprivation. So I remarked to this guy, I said, no stranger to sleep deprivation, but fortunately without the associated festivities these men will shortly experience. And that was going to be the training exercise that they were going to go on and execute that evening, that night. And this man was kind enough to respond, Joe, sleep deprived sucks either way. Hey, no way around the childishness that comes up with fatigue. And that's true. You get a little punchy. When you get that tired, you get punchy. Everything seems silly. Either that or you just can't function. But he was emphasizing the childishness, the punchiness that comes with that. So I wake up So this fellow that left this remark, replied to my comment about sleep deprivation. I'll let you read it for yourselves. It's by this guy named Ahmet Zagu. Staying up all night to suck men's dick is not sleep deprivation for you, comma. Interesting, he put the comma in, faggot, but he got the apostrophe incorrectly placed in men's. Since men's is a plural to start with, you don't put the apostrophe after the S. So my interlocutor isn't familiar with some of the rules of English grammar, which isn't strange because he's obviously either Albanian or Turkish. You go to his channel, it's one of these no-content channels. He's got 3 subscribers to a no-content channel. And you look at the stuff he subscribes to. Of course, the inevitable PewDiePie, I guess he's a gamer as well as a massive bigot. A gamer bigot. A bigot gamer. He's in the there's nothing in the stuff that goes like home playlists, this and then discussion and about. But they're in the discussion. You've got he's clearly been leaving comments to various people, such as what he just left on mine, because they're replying to him. They're messaging this guy and taking the bait and responding and writing. And a lot of the guys that to which he, a lot of the guys responding to some of his comments were Australian military guys that comment on this other fellow's channel, on the original channel on which channel I left the comment. It's a bit complex, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. But so he's like number 5 or number 6 that's done one of these hate comments on my stuff. Interestingly, when I went to look at the original, the point, the place where he left the remark, the owner of the channel had probably deleted that remark so that it couldn't be seen, but it wasn't in time to prevent it being sent to me, which is just as well because, hell, I got a good story out of it. So, and I love a good story. Speaking of which, today, I made some ham and beans. Oh, man. I've been dying and going to heaven today on that one. Where did I put that other thing? But that doesn't matter. I remember what I was going to say. I've been watching this TV series called Chance with Hugh Laurie. It's on Hulu. Now, I don't have Hulu. I'm watching it off Couch Tuner. But he plays this consulting forensic neuropsychiatrist in San Francisco, of course, where there's probably a large market for that sort of trade. And there was one great line, which I must repeat. There's one of the characters, not the Hugh Laurie character, says, "There are no victims, there are only volunteers," which I thought was great. So I didn't go to the funeral today. I just didn't know these people. Going to go to church tomorrow, obviously, God willing, if I'm able. Go to the early service. Avoid the extraneous hoo-ha at 10:30. It's been between 20 and 24 today, with off and on snow showers. Brief, flurries, not showers, not a snow shower. Doesn't look like they're doing any more road work here this weekend. They've been working on Saturdays sometimes. Okay, I'll say bye-bye, YouTubers. It's a lot of fun sometimes.